Hey Aries, I want to share something really special with you today. At exactly 11:11, I felt this incredibly strong pull to do a reading specifically for you. And what came through is something I think you really need to hear right now. I know. You have been carrying so much worry lately. Like your mind is constantly spinning with all these concerns and what-ifs. But Spirit has a message that I believe will bring you some clarity and peace. So I shuffled my deck and I asked Spirit to show me what Aries needs to understand at this moment. What God wants you to know when you keep seeing that 11:11 everywhere. And the cards that came out. Honestly, they gave me chills because they tell such a clear story about where you are and where you are heading. The first card that appeared is Judgment. This card coming out first is so significant because it represents awakening and divine calling. You know that feeling you have been getting lately. Like something major is shifting in your life. That is real. This is not just in your head. Judgment is telling me that you are at a critical point of transformation, and even though you have been worried about so many things, this card is saying that a higher power is orchestrating something beautiful for you. Think about it like this. You have been in a cocoon phase and you probably felt stuck or uncertain, but Judgment is the card of resurrection and rebirth. You are being called to step into a completely new version of yourself. The worries you have been carrying, they are actually part of the old story that is ending. Spirit wants you to know that you are not meant to carry all that weight anymore. There is a divine intervention happening in your life right now. And it requires you to release the past and answer this higher calling. I keep getting this image of you standing at a crossroads, and you have been so focused on looking backward at what went wrong or what might go wrong. But Judgment is asking you to look up instead. Look at the bigger picture that the divine has for you. The second card is Page of Pentacles, and this really speaks to me about new beginnings in the material realm. After that powerful Judgment energy, Page of Pentacles is showing me that there is a fresh opportunity coming your way. This could be related to work, money, education, or a new skill you have been thinking about developing. What I love about this card is that it represents that student energy. That willingness to learn and grow. You might have been worried about your financial situation or whether you are on the right path career-wise, but this page is saying that a new door is opening. It might start small, it might seem modest at first, but this is the seed of something that can grow into real abundance and stability. The universe is basically handing you a new beginning in the practical areas of your life. I am seeing that. You might receive a message or an offer soon, something that seems almost too simple or too good to be true, but pay attention to it. This is Spirit showing you that even though you have been worried about resources or security, there is divine provision coming through in tangible ways. Now the third card, King of Pentacles. This one made me smile because it is showing me the outcome of that journey the page just started. King of Pentacles represents mastery, abundance, and material success. So God is essentially telling you, yes, I see your worries about stability and security, but look at where I am taking you. This King energy is about being established, having resources, being generous because you have plenty. This tells me that the financial or career concerns you have been stressed about, they are temporary. You are moving toward a position of real authority and abundance. The King of Pentacles has worked hard to build his empire, and he sits in comfort knowing he has created something lasting. That is your future, Aries. Spirit wants you to stop worrying about scarcity because you are literally being guided toward prosperity. I feel like some of you watching this have been in survival mode for a while, just trying to make ends meet or figure out the next step. But this King is saying your season is changing. You are about to step into a phase where you are not just surviving, you are thriving. The fourth card is the Tower. And okay, I know this one might make you nervous because the Tower has a reputation, but hear me out on this. In the context of this reading, especially after seeing those first three cards, the Tower is not coming as a warning of disaster. It is actually confirming that the transformation you are going through requires some things to fall apart. You have been worried about so many things, right? But what if some of those things you are worried about actually need to collapse so something better can be built? The Tower represents sudden change and the destruction of false structures. Think about it like this. Sometimes we build our lives on foundations that are not really meant for us. Maybe it is a job that drains you, or a relationship that limits you, beliefs about yourself that are not true. The Tower comes in and says, these things have to go. I know change is scary, especially sudden change, but Spirit is showing me that this upheaval is divinely orchestrated. It is clearing the path for that King of Pentacles energy to fully manifest. You cannot build a new empire on a shaky foundation. So the Tower is actually doing you a favor by removing what does not serve your highest good. The worries you have been carrying about things falling apart, those are actually prophetic feelings. Yes, some things are changing rapidly, but this is God. This is necessary. God is making room for your blessings. The fifth card is Six of Cups. And this one brings such a sweet, nostalgic energy. After the Tower showed us that necessary destruction, Six of Cups is telling me that part of your healing journey involves reconnecting with your inner child and maybe even your past. You might find yourself thinking about childhood dreams lately, or perhaps someone from your past is going to reappear in your life. This card can also indicate that you need to approach your current situation with more innocence and joy. You know how children do not carry all this worry and anxiety about the future. They just play and trust and enjoy the moment. That is what Spirit is asking you to tap back into. Maybe you have been so focused on being responsible and handling adult problems that you forgot how to just be, how to find joy in simple things. Six of Cups is also about healing old wounds. If there is something from your childhood or past that still hurts, this is the time when that healing is available to you. I am seeing that some of the worries you carry are actually rooted in old fears or old programming, and Spirit wants to help you release that. There is also this message about forgiveness here. Either forgiving others or forgiving yourself for past mistakes. The path forward requires you to make peace with what was. Card number 6 is Seven of Swords, and this is interesting because it can represent deception or strategy depending on the context. In your reading, I am feeling like this card is warning you that not everyone around you has your best interests at heart. You have been worried about many things, and part of that worry might be that you sense something is off in a situation or with a person. Trust that intuition. Seven of Swords can indicate that someone is being sneaky or not showing their full hand. But here is the empowering part of this card. It also represents your ability to be strategic and clever. You do not have to confront every battle head-on. Sometimes the smartest move is to quietly gather your resources and make your move when the time is right. I feel like Spirit is saying, be wise as a serpent but harmless as a dove. You are entering a phase where you need to protect your energy and your plans. Not everyone needs to know what you are doing or where you are going. Keep some things close to your chest. The worries you have about betrayal or people not being genuine, those concerns are valid, and Spirit is asking you to be discerning about who you trust with your dreams and your vulnerabilities. The seventh card is Five of Wands, and this shows me that part of what you have been worried about is conflict and competition. Five of Wands represents struggle, disagreement, and people not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you are in a situation at work where there is a lot of ego clashing. Or perhaps in your personal life there is drama and people pulling in different directions. This card is acknowledging that yes, there is chaos and conflict around you. Your concerns about that are real, but here is what Spirit wants you to understand. This conflict is temporary and it is actually serving a purpose. Five of Wands can be about creative tension that leads to better solutions. When people challenge us, it forces us to get clearer about what we really want and believe. So instead of seeing this conflict as a problem, can you see it as an opportunity to strengthen your position and clarify your boundaries? Not every disagreement is worth your energy. Pick your battles wisely. Some of these conflicts will resolve themselves when you stop feeding them with your attention and worry. Spirit is saying that you have been giving too much mental and emotional energy to situations that do not deserve it. Let people argue with themselves while you focus on your own path. Card number 8 is Seven of Cups, and this one is so relevant to your worries because it represents confusion, illusion, and having too many options. Have you been feeling overwhelmed by choices lately? Or maybe you have been fantasizing about different scenarios, trying to figure out which path to take. Seven of Cups is notorious for showing us that sometimes we get so lost in our own imagination and fears that we cannot see reality clearly. You might be worried about things that have not even happened yet, or worrying about choices you do not actually have to make right now. This card is Spirit gently telling you to come back to Earth, to get grounded in what is real and present. Not every dream or fear deserves your investment. Some of those cups in the card are filled with treasures, but some are filled with illusions and monsters. The challenge is discernment. What are you giving your energy to? Are you building castles in the air, or are you taking practical steps toward your goals? I think part of what God wants you to know is that you need to simplify. You have been making things more complicated than they need to be. Pick one thing to focus on, one goal to move toward, and let the rest fall away for now. The confusion you feel will clear when you stop trying to do and be everything all at once. The ninth card is Eight of Cups, and this is a powerful card of walking away and moving on. After Seven of Cups showed us all that confusion and illusion, Eight of Cups is the moment you decide that enough is enough and you leave behind what is not serving you. I am getting such strong energy that you have been worried about making the wrong decision, especially about whether to stay or go in a particular situation. This could be a relationship, a job, a living situation, anything that you have outgrown but you are scared to leave because of the unknown. Eight of Cups is Spirit telling you that it is time to walk away. You have given enough, you have tried enough, and now it is time to honor yourself by moving toward something better. Yes, it is scary to leave the familiar even when the familiar is not good for you. But look at the progression of this reading. You saw the Tower indicating necessary destruction, and now Eight of Cups is you choosing to walk away from what the Tower is clearing out. This is you taking your power back. The worry you feel about this departure is natural, but Spirit wants you to know that you are being guided. You are not walking into darkness, you are walking toward your true purpose. There is a reason you feel called to leave. Trust it. The 10th and final card is King of Swords, and this is such a perfect ending to this reading because it represents clarity, truth, and mental mastery. After all the confusion of Seven of Cups, after the emotional journey of Eight of Cups, you arrive at this place of crystal clear understanding. King of Swords cuts through illusion with logic and truth. He does not get caught up in drama or emotion. He sees things as they are and makes decisions based on facts and fairness. This is who you are becoming. Aries, Spirit is showing me that all the worry you have been carrying is going to transform into wisdom. You are going to look back at this time and understand exactly why everything happened the way it did. The King of Swords also represents communication and standing in your truth. There's going to come a moment soon where you need to speak up, where you need to set a boundary or deliver a difficult message. And you are going to do it with such clarity and authority that people will finally hear you. You have been worried about saying the wrong thing or how people will react, but this King energy gives you permission to prioritize truth over comfort. Your mental clarity is your superpower right now. Use it. So Aries, let me bring this all together for you. When you see 1111, when you feel that divine nudge, Spirit is trying to tell you that yes, you have been worried about many things, but here is what you really need to know. You are in the middle of a massive transformation. Judgment is calling you to a higher purpose. New opportunities are coming through with Page of Pentacles. You are heading toward real abundance with King of Pentacles. The Tower is clearing out what does not serve you, even if it feels chaotic. Six of Cups is healing your past and reconnecting you with joy. Seven of Swords is reminding you to be strategic and protect your energy. Five of Wands shows temporary conflict that will pass. Seven of Cups is asking you to get clear and stop entertaining illusions. Eight of Cups is your journey away from what no longer fits. And King of Swords is the clarity and wisdom waiting for you on the other side. God wants you to know that you are not alone in your worries. But those worries do not have to control you. You are being divinely guided through every single step of this transformation. Trust the process, trust yourself, and most importantly, trust that there is a bigger plan at work here. Your breakthrough is coming.